The jungle of Kepler 452c was alive in ways that made the Zentorians deeply uncomfortable. Captain Devon Blackwell of the Earth Expeditionary Force moved through the dense undergrowth with practiced ease, his thermal suit adapting to the hostile environment. Behind him, Ambassador Velkos of the Zentorian delegation struggled to process the sensory overload, the humidity, the predatory sounds, the sheer chaos of uncontrolled biological systems. "Stay close," Devon whispered into his comm, "the apex predators on this world hunt by movement patterns. Erratic is better than smooth." Velkos's crystalline form trembled. The Zentorians had evolved on a sterile, climate-controlled megastructure orbiting their star. Nature, actual, raw, unpredictable nature, was a concept that existed only in their historical archives. The idea that an alien species was comfortable in this hell was baffling. The mission was simple on paper: retrieve the data core from the crashed research vessel Horizon before the Zentorian Council declared the planet too hostile and authorized its destruction. The Zentorians had spent 3 billion credits on this expedition, and losing it would be economically catastrophic. They'd hired humanity because humans had a reputation for thriving in places where other species failed. What the Zentorians hadn't anticipated was how badly that reputation underestimated human capability. Devon's team consisted of Dr. Amara Okafor, a xenobiologist who could identify edible organisms by taste alone, Sergeant Marcus "Ghost" Rivera, a demolitions expert who could build explosive devices from pond scum and determination, and Lieutenant Sarah Chen, a combat medic whose hands had saved lives in conditions that would make most doctors weep. When the acid rain started, a phenomenon the Zentorians' probes had somehow missed, it was Devon who immediately signaled the team to shelter under a massive fungal growth. He was already analyzing the rain's pH levels, calculating how long their equipment would survive. "Remarkable," Velkos transmitted, his usually monotone voice carrying something resembling amazement. "You adapted to a new threat in 3.7 seconds. "That's not adaptation," Devon replied, scraping corrosive sludge off his suit. "That's just Tuesday for humans." The real horror started when they discovered the reason the Horizon's crew had crashed. It wasn't mechanical failure. It was predation. Something on this world, something massive, had decided the ship looked like food. They found the creature 300 meters from the crash site. It was unlike anything in the Zentorian databases. 60 meters long, with carapace that deflected energy weapons, and a hunger that had annihilated an entire research team in minutes. The Zentorians' tactical AI computed the probability of survival, 0.003%. Velkos prepared to order a retreat. Devon laughed. "We're not retreating," he said quietly. "We're hunting." What followed was a display of human creativity that would eventually be studied in Zentorian military academies for centuries. Ghost didn't fight the creature with weapons, he fought it with environment. He identified the creature's vulnerable points by studying its movement patterns, then used the jungle itself as a weapon. He collapsed sections of terrain, created acid traps from the rainfall, and orchestrated a devastating ambush that would have seemed impossible to any species not intimately familiar with predators. Dr. Okafor realized the creature had a secondary nervous system and used tranquilizers derived from local plant toxins. Sarah kept the team functional despite multiple injuries that should have been fatal. And Devon did what humans had always done: he led a desperate team through impossible circumstances and somehow found a way to win. When the dust settled, the creature was incapacitated. The Horizon's data core was retrieved. And Velkos had witnessed something that shattered his entire understanding of interspecies cooperation. "Your species is not simply comfortable in hostile environments," Velkos transmitted as they made their way back to the extraction point. "You thrive in them. You innovate under pressure. You solve problems through lateral thinking that our computational matrices cannot predict." Devon smiled. "Humans evolved on a death world too. We just forgot about it because we got really good at survival. Turns out, that skill translates pretty well." The Zentorian Council will want to contract your species for all future Deathworld missions, Vel'Koz said. We will pay substantially. We're not mercenaries, Devon replied. But we'd be interested in partnership. Real partnership. Not hiring us to do your dirty work, but working alongside us. Learning from us. And teaching us what you know. Vel'Koz processed this for a long moment. In that moment, something fundamentally changed in Zentorian perspective. They had assumed humans were merely braver, more willing to take risks. But that wasn't it at all. Humans were different. They didn't just survive hostile environments, they understood them. They could read predators like books, adapt to chaos, and somehow transform catastrophe into victory through sheer determined creativity. As the extraction shuttle arrived to collect them, Vel'Koz looked at Devon and his team, covered in alien blood, bearing wounds from creatures that shouldn't have been survivable, yet moving with calm efficiency, and finally understood why the Zentorians had sought out humanity in the first place. Not because humans were expendable. Because humans were unstoppable. And on a death world, that made all the difference. Kindly like and subscribe channel, thank you.